Okay, so we've got both hands working together, playing the blues. Now what we need to do is to make that a little bit easier, because at the moment all the chords are in the same kind of pattern, and we want to change that a little bit. It doesn't sound very pianistic. Also, it's quite difficult to be looking at both hands at the same time and knowing where to change exactly at the same time. So we're going to try and find a way around that. Now, this is done through what we call inversions. Now, if you invert something, you simply turn it upside down. And that's kind of what we're going to do with the chords. So let me show you how you do this. We're going to play a chord of C, like that. Okay. Now, the notes that we're playing, C, E, and G. Just remember that. Just remember what those notes are for a minute. Just C, E, and G. The next chord that we need to go to is the chord of F. Okay, in the blues sequence, we need to go to chord of F next. So we're playing C, E, and G, and we need to go to a chord of F, which is here, F, A, and C. Are there any of those notes which are common to both chords? C, E, and G, F, A, and C. Okay, now the C, we've got a C in both chords. Okay, it's a different C, but that doesn't matter. As long as we use the notes F, A, and C in some order, we'll be playing a chord of F. So what we can do is this. We can play our chord of C, and we can find an F and an A. We've got the C already. We can keep that with our thumb. So we're going to find an F and an A. So there's an F here. Okay, so we don't need the E anymore. We can move to the F there, and there's an A here. We don't need the G anymore, so we can move to the A there. So we're playing F, A, and C. So we can go C, 2, 3, 4, F, 2, 3, 4, C, 2, 3, 4, C. Okay, just like that. Okay, so this is called an inversion of F. I'll go into why that is at a later date as well. But at the moment, you just need to know that it's an inversion. So we've got C and F like that. Now, when we come to G, we have two options really. We can go, so we've got our F there. And if you remember what I said back in a couple of lessons ago, I said F and G are always next to each other. Because of F being there and G being there, we've got a chord of F being there and G being there. Whatever position you're in, whatever inversion you're in, they're always going to be next to each other. So if you've got a chord of F like that, simply by moving every note up by one gets you to a chord of G like that. Okay? So you can move back and forward from F to G. So G has still got G, B, and D, but the D is down here this time instead of up there. Now what I want you to do when you do this is to always see somewhere what we call the triad, the original shape, that shape. It's called a triad shape. Okay. So here, for example, on this G, you should still be able to picture, almost see them jumping out at you, the notes G, B, and D like that. Okay. But all we're doing is moving that one down an octave, down to the bottom one. Okay. So you should still be able to kind of visualize the G chord there, but we're just moving it down an inversion. All right, so we're going to go like this. I'll do it slowly first. C, 2, 3, 4, F, 2, 3, 4, C, 2, 3, 4, C, 2, 3. Back to F, keep the C, F, 2, 3, 4, F, 2, 3, 4, C, 2, 3, 4, C, 2. Now we're going to skip to G. This requires a little bit of thought. G, up like that. G, 2, and then down to F. F, 2, 3, 4, C, 2. And then we do the single note. G, 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 and back to start again. The other option that we have on the G, instead of going up to here, is we're coming from a chord of C. So we could keep the G, because we know there's a G in the chord, and you could picture the chord down here, G, B, D, and so you could move your C to a B, and your E to a D. So really the chord's like that, chord of G, but you've got the G up here. So the movement is from C to G. So that last line, 2, 3, 4, G, 2, 3, 4, and then again you have another option. You can either go up to the F that we did up here like that, or you can just move down. Remember I said the G and the F are always next to each other, so you can move down from the G to the F like that, and then back to the C. Okay, now that might take you a couple of times to go through, so please do play this video back again. Make sure that you understand it. It's a slightly complicated concept. It's a very important one, and there's an exercise, exercise 3, which I call 145, is the one to go for in this. So if you look at video exercise 3, the 145 sequence, that will show you how to get more confident with these. But I'm not going to explain that here because it's all explained in that video. So we're going to do that with a backing track with the new inversions. So practice it until you can play it up to speed and then play along with me. Here we go. C, F, 2, 3, C, 3, C, 2, 3, F, 3, F, 2, 3, 4, C, 2, 3, C, 2, 3, G, 2, 3, F, 3, 4. I'm going to do it one more time. Different G this time. So, 3, so onto the second line now. Go F, 2, 3, F, 2, 3, 4, C. Well done. 3, 4. Different G this time. G, moving down to the F. F, 2, 3, 4, C. Okay, so what we're going to do in the next lesson is to put both hands together with inversions and with the left hand pattern.